G'day guys, another video here. We've got the fans happening, which means we're going to do some cooking tonight. We're in the kitchen. I'm not cooking on the smoker tonight. We're going to cook some pork shoulder chops tonight. I'm going to have two of them for dinner. I had ruminants for lunch today, so I don't need any more ruminants today. I sort of spread my variety around. So when you next come back, you'll see the pan in action. So as the pan's starting to warm up, we're going to, we've got the fat splatter on there already. This is a good one from Aldi that I use. You can actually see it. So we'll turn that down just a little bit, have it on high to warm it up. Now I'll come back down to a sort of a medium, low to medium heat. The reason why is because I'm using this like an oven to effectively heat the pan up. So I don't actually need it to be extremely hot. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook with wick tonight. So wick is a mixed bag of animal fats, beef, lamb, and also pork as well. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. So we'll just cool this down just a little bit. So it is going to cook. Now the reason I'm cooking it in wick, I've started to realise that butter tastes okay, but we want to have a bit of variety in our fats to cook in. So let's get ourselves started. That's very, very hot. So let's just let that sit for a little while and I'll bring you back. So I've just cooled the pan down slightly. It was actually quite hot. So we'll cool that down just a little bit and we'll get started. So let's get our pork chops on. Pan's quite hot. So I like to do that because it makes it, sears it nicely. So we've got a nice big pork chop to start with. Nice size. This one is a little bit smaller, but nonetheless they'll both be good. So we put our pan lid on so we don't have any splatter. The beauty of cooking pork this way is that it means that it actually is going to cook a bit quicker and more thorough rather than it just being either side. So when you're cooking pork, you need to make sure it cooks through. The last thing you want to eat is raw pork. It's not a good idea. It can get you very ill. So you want to make it at least juicy enough, but you want to make it so it doesn't overcook it, but at the same time you don't want to undercook it. It's a very delicate balance with pork. Just to explain to you, I've got the pan on a low heat, which I'll just point that down to show you. On the gas, it's on a low heat. Now the reason I'm leaving that on a low heat is because this pan was really, really hot. So it's going to come down in temperature, but it'll be a lot better to cook with because I'm using the fat splatterer effectively as an oven because it's got this viewing area that's not all fine dots, essentially fine bits of mesh. It's actually got the holes in it, so it allows it to cook a bit better. So when we're about to turn them over, we'll come back and then we'll show you at the end what they taste like. The only difficulty with using these particular fat guards is, I'll just show you, if you can briefly see, the meat actually cooks on the other side, on the upside as well as the downside, because what it does is effectively cooks it around like it would if you've got a lid over it. I've seen people use pizza dishes to do this as well. You could try that if you like. One of the keys in my view to making sure pork looks nice is it's got to be nice and golden brown. So you want to make sure it tastes really nice. So to do that, you make sure it's nice and golden brown. So let's have a look and see what they look like. That's not looking too bad. So we'll put it in for another couple of minutes. Let's have a look at this one. Not looking too bad either. So probably another couple of minutes and we'll flip them over. As I mentioned earlier, I like my pork to be juicy, not overcooked. So I don't want it undercooked, but I want it just right to be cooked perfectly. So how about we turn these over? Looking perfect, and again, because you're not using butter, they don't burning dark brown or black because we're using wick, which actually has a better way of making sure it's more golden brown rather than darker brown or black. One of the key things to check when you're cooking with pork is to make sure that you cook the whole side evenly. Now the reason you do that is to make sure that it's actually cooked the other side. And that's one of the main important things to do is when you're cooking meat. You want to make sure it's cooked nice and evenly, so it gives you a really nice even coating of the cooking, so you get that really nice look as well. So it looks really appealing to eat. Just before we check to see if they're cooked and plate them up, just don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow, and we're trying to get as many subscribers as we can. So hit that subscribe button so when I get a bright idea, you'll be the first to know about it. I reckon these bad boys are cooked, so let's get them off the pan and get them onto the plate. Look at that. Lovely. Very nice. Even though it's non-ruminants, it's still nice meat. Love my pork. It's always good. Well, we're back again, and they're on the plate. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some salt on them. Love this stuff. This is really good stuff. It's a place, you can buy this in supermarkets actually here in Australia. It's called Malden Sea Salt Flakes. So we're going to put some of them on the pork tonight. Got to really give it a nice lathering of salt. So I'll enjoy these, and you have a great day, and happy carnivore eating. I am the vision impaired carnivore, and I'll catch you next time.